Wrath of Hahn continues. I think you and I were nearly posting it at the same time that
Oh yeah, I remember
Magic.
that now. I thought you were gonna call me out. Like I've already
Uh,
posted this shit. Like
yeah,
it was
you.
1 minute apart.
Well, it was 1 minute. You were 1 minute too late. You needed to use your flux capacitor to go back in time and beat me to it. But yeah,
Nerd alert.
Lewis Robert, coming fresh out of the All Star break, heads to the IL with,
Mm.
I would say, I think he used the term cloudy at the beginning of the show. And I would say it, it's cloudy as to what is actually going on with him. I mean, we know it's lightheadedness and blurred vision, but no one's been provided a diagnosis. And it's like
That that
they don't even know.
that was the question I was gonna ask because nobody asked Rick Hahn that or whoever was running the press conference. They like literally he just listed the symptoms, but no one followed up with like, do we know what the cause is? So he didn't even have to answer that. And again, maybe you get into HIPAA laws where they aren't obligated to say things about somebody's medical history other than injuries. So if there's something going on with his head, or I think you speculated it could be like long COVID. It's just open to speculation. What we know what the symptoms are, but what's the root cause? And I have seen nothing about when he will be back. I know he's eligible to come back this Friday. That doesn't mean he's not even doing baseball activities. Last I saw, which you think
Yeah.
he'd need a little bit of time to ramp up to gameplay. So
Yeah, they said they were hopeful he would be back Friday, but that was all they said. So
yeah, I haven't. I mean, the key to that though is him getting back on the field and at least resuming, or at least in the batting cages. You'd think.
mm-hmm.
Um, he did. The other detail is that it did seem to affect him more in the field rather than at the plate, which I guess makes sense because the ball's way further away when you're out in the outfield. So, and he wasn't seeing the ball off the bat, so he couldn't make a quick jump or whatever. So I don't know. It just is eerily familiar to me as a Tigers fan how the season started for Austin Meadows, who had many many ailments over his short Tiger career already, but one of those was an inner ear infection that turned into vertigo that was similar symptoms, this lightheadedness and blurred vision. So it took him, I think he was on that for 3 weeks, and then he fucked up his Achilles at the same time. It's hard to keep it all straight with him, but yeah, you don't know what. I mean, nobody knows apparently how long he could be out, but it's another one to file under Wrath of Hahn. Just the cloudy, shitty bad luck that seems to surround him with, especially with injuries. So
Yeah, I just not. I mean, I guess it could be long COVID. I saw people posting who've had long COVID that those were side effects they had. So maybe it isn't vertigo. Since he didn't say vertigo and he didn't say,
yeah, I haven't heard vertigo yet, but
yeah, and he didn't say, he just needed a pair of glasses because those could be side effects from straining your eyes. The funny thing is, it's something that simple. I'm not
yeah,
going wild thing here like in Major League, but I
yeah.
mean, does he? Have we checked his vision? I mean, I don't know. I
Yeah, I
mean,
think the lightheadedness takes you down a different path for sure. But I think there's a lot more to this that they're saying the bare minimum right
yeah.
now.
So, but it just continues and back to that glaring stat I brought up, which will remain intact. 11% of the time, the starting six, the main six guys have only been on the field 11% of the time in the last 3+ years. So
That is just amazing.
yeah. Um, so I don't even think we had. I think over the Guardians series we had the main five on the field, only two of the 4 games, just
Oh
because of
yeah,
managerial change. Or maybe it might have been three, but all I know is I had the A lineup on Saturday nights.
they knew you were in the ballpark.
That's all I cared about. So I can't think of any other Wrath of Hahn items from this week, but that
No, you're getting more healthy at least, and like
yeah,
you said, with Grandal coming back at least, and
Grandal and Jimenez was back
Jimenez, yeah.
after the break. So and hitting the ball out of the park, which is a good sign.
Wormhole Media.